This is Pepco. It's kind of like, it's the equivalent to the pound shop in the UK, except for nothing's €1. But they sell similar stuff in there. If you want to get English chocolate, it's a really good place to go. They sell a lot of Cadbury's in there, which is exactly what I'm after. Let's have a quick look in there. Got all your toothpaste, all your toiletries. What my main interest is, the chocolates. So you've got your Cadbury's chocolates. In case you're craving some good old English chocolate. Got your after eights. So yeah, lots of English chocolate in here. Lots of English sweets. Lots of Haribo. Haribo's very, very popular out here. Also does clothes as well. It's got a homeware section and a big selection of good price point clothes. It's got toys. Homeware section. Pair of tracksuit bottoms for, what's it? €9. Pretty good. And you get a tracksuit top for €9. It's got underwear. It's got children's clothes. So as we carry on up the high street, there's a lovely Indian there called Tiffin. Lots and lots of ladies' clothes shops in Albir. And lots of Asian bazaars. I suppose they get called different things. Chinos. There are so many clothes in there, really reasonably priced. I actually used to get a lot of my clothes in here. If you're struggling to go to La Marina and find something for yourself, this is a really good place to come and just have a wander. They literally sell everything. Shoes, bags, everything for the house. Fake bags as well. Lots of fake Louis Vuitton bags, as you can see. Fake Louis Vuitton in there for €22. And you can see it because of the reflection. Lots of restaurants. Yeah, and this is still a continuation of the Bazaar Asia. When we first moved here, I literally spent all my time in there buying stuff for the house. It sells literally everything you can think of, except for furniture. It doesn't sell furniture. So if you go to La Marina shopping, clothes shopping, sometimes it can be difficult to find things you want, but there are lots of shops in Albir that actually sell women's and men's clothes. And some of them are designer. You can buy Ralph Lauren, you can buy Gantz, you can buy Esprit, which I was quite pleased at after leaving England. Yeah, they have some really lovely clothes in here. Definitely worth taking a look at these shops. Definitely worth it. So in the middle of Albir, every Sunday there's a big market. In the week it's a free car park, which is really handy because it is kind of like right in the middle of the town. Not so handy if you want to go to the beach because it's a bit of a long walk, as I'll show you, but I always use this car park if I just need to pop around town, and it is free. And again, as I said, on a Sunday you can't park there because it is a market, but it's a very big car park. So one of my favourite coffee places is called La Thena over there. They do the most amazing café con leche with Baileys. So that's always a first stop for me when I come to Albir. So many restaurants everywhere. Lots of choice of food if you're hungry. So currently just walking through the centre, through what I would call the high street, making my way to the beach. It is quite a walk, and there are shops the whole way along here. It's a nice walk. Don't do it in the summer, it's too hot. You can park on the seafront or near the seafront, but I wanted to be able to show you what I keep calling the high street in Albir today. More food places. It's very busy today. Today is Saturday the 4th of January. As you can see, the sun's out, it's beautiful. 20 degrees today. You get lots of these shops in Albir. In fact, you get them all over Benidorm as well. They all tend to sell the same thing. A couple more clothes shops over there. So to get to Albir from Benidorm, you can catch the number 10 bus. If you want to get a taxi, I believe it costs around 15 to 20 euros. You can get the tram, but the tram station is right at the beginning of Albir, so it depends where you want to go. It could be quite a walk if you were going to the beach to get the tram, but the number 10 bus runs regularly here from Benidorm. There's a supermarket here called the Consum, which is very popular. There's a few car parks tucked in between, all free car parks here, which is amazing. I can't imagine anywhere in England these days where you can get a free car park, but a lot of the parking is free here. So yeah, this is Consum. Lots of estate agents also in Albir. On bargain loving Brits, they call it fancy Albir. I'm not sure why they call it fancy Albir. It's nice. It's expensive to live here, but and it's very different from Benidorm. It has got a different vibe to it. It's much more relaxed. It's my favourite place to come for a morning or an afternoon. More shops. Some really good shops. I used to get very frustrated going to La Marina, going to the standard shops, Henny's, Zara, all the shops there. I actually discovered you can buy more stuff here. So they have some really nice clothes shops. More clothes shops. Definitely worth a look in all of these clothes shops. And they have shoe shops here as well. Lots of shoe shops. Nike trainers. All decent brands here. If you're looking for something a bit special. So all you can see is restaurants and restaurants, more and more restaurants. So we're still working our way down to the beach. As I say, it's this time of year, it's a nice walk. You wouldn't want to attempt this walk in August. It's just too hot. Perhaps from June, actually, it's just too hot. But this is the perfect time of year to take a nice stroll through Albir. Some shops are still closed up for Christmas. It's the big day here on the 6th, on Monday. It's the Three Kings Day where the Spanish celebrate their Christmas Day. But I believe more and more of them celebrate the same day, the 25th, as the Brits now. But luckily their kids get 2 Christmas days. They get the 25th and the 6th to open presents. So I don't think that sounds like a bad thing if you're a child. 2 Christmases, that would be good. So some of it can look a bit shabby as you're walking down this road. I'm sure no one who lives in Albir would like to hear me say that, but some of it can be a bit shabby. But there are some lovely restaurants. And down all the side streets here are more restaurants. It would probably take me all day though just to walk around and show you them. Also, Albir comes alive at night as well. It's very vibrant, very different vibe to Benidorm because the people here are either residents, got holiday homes, are older. You don't get the Holiday Inn Brits here like you get in the square. It's not like that. There's a nice atmosphere here in the evenings and the shops are open. A lot of them are open still till 10 o'clock at night in the summer here. So, not far from the beach now. I'm also walking very slow today because I'm not feeling very well. Yeah, again, lovely restaurants. More of the Chinese bazaar shops. If you're into your fake bags and fake belts, it's a real winner, unless they've been raided, of course. The market on a Sunday has some amazing fake bags, if that's your thing. I have to admit, I've got a couple myself. You can rent scooters here. not just in Benidorm, you can also rent them here. So it's a beautiful blue sky here today, no clouds. This is one of the best things about living here, is definitely the weather. I'm just for winter today, but that's because I've been living here 4 years and I've kind of climatised to the weather, and I'm used to it being 38 in the summer, so when it drops down to 20, that feels cold to me. More shoe shops, bag shops. It's just that you get a bit more choice here than you do in La Marina. I find the shopping centres around here all have the same shops, and sometimes you just want a change, and I was pleasantly surprised when I actually took the time to come here and walk and go in the shops. Some of them look quite posh and you can think, oh, I don't really want to go in there, but actually the staff are really nice, and I didn't feel intimidated when I went in. And the clothes are really lovely as well. So it's definitely worth coming here, especially if you live here and you're getting frustrated. This is a lovely restaurant. A lovely Indian restaurant. Been here many, many times. It's very nice. So we're on the approach finally to the beach. Now, Albir Beach is a stony beach, and it steeps, it shelves quite deeply. I prefer a sandy beach myself, but it's very popular in the summer. It's not an overcrowded beach, it's pretty quiet, and but yeah, it's got the stone effect, and I don't like that. I think it was a sandy beach, but I think I read a while back that the beach was getting washed away, so they put stones on it to protect the coastline. So, just heading down towards the beach. And here we are. Beautiful day here today. No wind, no rain. So there's a tourist information centre there. I've never been in a tourist information centre. I wonder how many people actually do go into tourist information centres to find out stuff. I don't know. No one's in there at the moment. So this is Albir Beach. In the evening they have little market stalls down here as well. So this is Albir Beach. It joins up with Altea. There's actually a really lovely restaurant there called Coco Loco on the corner. Anytime any friends come over from England or family, straight to Coco Loco. It was actually the first place I came to after I decided to move here. So yeah, lovely, lovely food. But there's many restaurants down that end, which I'll show you a bit later on. So this is Albir Beach. If you're lucky enough to own a boat and just sit out there, fabulous. Somebody kayaking. I did actually see somebody in the sea a minute ago. So in the distance is Altea. You can actually walk from Albir to Altea. Doesn't take long at all. But I will do another video about Altea another time. But yeah, as you can see, it is a stony beach. There's actually people in the water today. Look at that, 4th of January, people in the water, fabulous. And over there in the distance, you can just about see the Calpe Rock and all the skyscrapers in Calpe, which is another lovely place to visit as well. So just heading along the promenade in Albir. I'm heading to my favourite restaurant called La Senna. It's right on the beach. There's actually one in town too. It sells amazing food. So yeah, I'm just going to show you some of the restaurants along here. As I said, Coco Loco is lovely. And this walk goes all the way along to Altea, which again is a lovely place. 2 parts to Altea. You've got the old town at the top where the church is, and then on the promenade you've got lots and lots of restaurants as well. So yeah, you can get whatever you want here. Tapas, pizza, seafood, very, very popular. You'll see it has got a very, very different vibe from Benidorm. No loud music playing. Get groups of lads out on stag parties, on drinking. It's not really like that here. Completely different vibe when you're in Albir. Very peaceful, very calm. People enjoying the sun. And it actually has, if you've been to Benidorm, you would know the shop, Alley Hop. It's actually got a massive alley hop here. I think there's about 5 alley hops in Benidorm. And I always think if you've got an alley hop in your town's made it. So yeah, it's a shame it's actually all the way down here. Because if you park in town, you might not necessarily know it's here because it's on the seafront. But yeah, Alley Hop's one of those shops where I think it's good for tourists. If you live here, they tend to have the same stuff year in, year out. But when I used to come on holiday to Benidorm, I was always buying bits to take home. But yeah, it's a good shop. It's worth a walk around. So I'll try and speed my walking up. I think I've got a cold coming. I'm not feeling great today, so I think I'm a bit slow. Plus, this is my first video as well, so feeling a bit nervous. They have got toilets. Oh, they are open. I've just seen someone using them. My biggest fear is going out and there's no toilet. But they're open, so that's good. Sometimes they're closed. So I believe up here this is a library, and it's for people who are in wheelchairs as well. But I think there's books there and it's like a library. I could be wrong. In the summer, over across the road, there's a fun fair for children. It's obviously not, it's out of season now, but every night it's always open and there's a fun fair there, a small fun fair. Some park on the beach for the kids. It's amazing how many people are actually in their swim gear on the beach. I think I've been here too long now, and for me this feels a bit nippy today. Not for anyone else if you're on holiday, but yeah. I remember the first summer I was here, I was walking around in flip-flops and sleeveless dresses in December, much to the disgust of my neighbours who were dressed in coats. But after 4 years, I actually do now feel the cold. I must be acclimatised to it. Now we're heading down to a restaurant called La Senna. I've mentioned it before. There's one in Altea, there's one in the actual, next to the big car park in Albir. It's always my first point of call when I come to Albir, and I go there with my friends. There's a hotel down here. Not many hotels actually on the Albir seafront. I can only think of one that's like at the beginning of Albir, but this hotel is actually on the seafront here, right opposite the beach. The Hotel Cactus Albir. It's a 4-star hotel. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that that's the only one actually on the seafront in Albir. I guess most people tend to stay in Benidorm and get a taxi here. The only reason I knew about Albir is because when I used to come on holiday here, we used to drive from the UK to Benidorm. So obviously you have the chance to drive around and get to see more places. So I knew all the local places before I actually moved here. But if you're just stuck in Benidorm, you might not know about Albir if you want a different kind of beach and a different kind of vibe. So yeah, that's the Hotel Cactus Albir. So, this always fascinates me on Albir Beach. Maybe I've been watching Jaws too many times, but to me it looks like a shark tower. Since I've moved here, there's only been a couple of incidences of sharks washed up on the beach, but no attacks, thank God. I'm a bit paranoid actually when I'm out swimming. Yeah, they were injured sharks, blue sharks that were coming in on Benidorm Beach and Villa Joyosa. So yeah, I always wonder why there's this massive tower. Maybe it's just to watch the swimmers, but to me it always says Shark Tower. Anyway, let's carry on. So another lovely shop along this stretch, and I feel like it can be easily forgotten about, these shops, is Koala Bay. There's a Koala Bay in Benidorm, and this is like a massive shop. But because it's such a long walk down, it took me a while to discover it, to be quite honest. Could be why it looks so empty inside, I don't know. But yeah, it is really out of the town. You'd have to be walking along the seafront to discover Koala Bay. But definitely worth a look. They've got one in Benidorm. This is bigger than the Benidorm one. But yeah, got some really lovely clothes in there. It always smells really nice in there as well. But still, I have to say, parking in the summer here, if you want to get on that beach, is an absolute pig. You've got side roads you can go down, but it is really, really difficult to park here. And of course, you can park in the town where I showed you the free car park, but when you're walking in 30-degree plus heat, it's a little bit hot. So I do think they need to do something about the parking in Albir if you're using the beach. Maybe they actually don't want people, unless you live here, to come to Albir Beach, I don't know. But yeah, the parking is a bit of a pain. and you can be driving around for quite some time. So there is actually a campsite on the left now called Camping Cat Blanche. Big campsite down there. Looks quite busy actually. If you fancy bringing down your caravan or your motorhome. So you may have heard people talking perhaps as they're walking past me. There is a very large amount of Dutch and Norwegian people living in Albir. I actually have 3 friends that are English that live in Albir. Yeah, it's quite predominant actually. And of course you've got your Spanish. So now we're just approaching a few more restaurants. So on the left here we have 00. Vibrant place there. So this is my favourite restaurant, La Fena. And I just know that my table is going to be taken. And it has amazing views if you can get one. And when you look out, this is your view of the sea. So after that nice long walk down from the middle of Albir, I'm finally in the centre, just having a look at the menu. I'll show you the view. I didn't get my favourite table today, but here's the view anyway.
Okay, is the price for
The way to get around Albir is you can hire a bike on the seafront or you can hire a scooter. You could probably use these to go into, it's very flat all the way to Altea. The scooter price is, now it's not that cheap, it's €1 to activate it and it's 25 cents per minute, which isn't that cheap really. So you have to use the, scan the code and download the app to use it. But apparently it says somewhere that if you pause it, if you want to get off, it's only 5 cents per minute. So yeah, could be another way to get around Albir. Hi, hope you enjoyed my first video. This is the first time out of my new camera and obviously my first video. I'm not feeling well. So yeah, if you liked it, please press like and hit the subscribe button to see more. Thank you.